and a question mark all split long.
But the problem is with a statement like that is that I don't think it's a style problem now. I just see so many games from them where it just feels like this team can just throw games in the most awkward times and the awkward moments.
We get the drafts on screen here. The Zyra making its name known yet again for Weibo on the blue side. We also got the Xiaohu Yone, which I'm excited about. But a pretty stock standard draft from NIP. Also, always have to mention that Ashe.
Oh yeah, that Ashe can do an awful lot of work. Zhuo, one of the better players of that champion. Of course, Photic on the Glister, big champion for him too. But for me, the difference in the top side is really where this game is going to get interesting. Because you've got Breathe on a carry versus Shanji on the other side, one of his very best champions. Tarzan's on the Zyra, which is of course a big pick for him as well. He's actually standing in a different location here. He might be starting on Raptors instead of Red Buff because of his passive spawns here. So we'll have to watch Tarzan's pathing towards this. He's spawning the seeds kind of like closer to the Raptors than he is the Red Buff.
Yeah, a little bit far it feels like, but maybe still going to be able to do the work there. Level 1 late invade could be potentially here for NIP. They have a pretty strong level 1 and they're going to make use of it.
Yeah, so Tarzan is going to be pushed away from his passive spawns, but if they catch Aki, they might be able to kill him.
As Raptor spawns, the damage kicks off here. Weibo actually going to start the Raptors. As everybody backs away from it, trying to get into the bush here. The vision does get cleared. And IP still putting pressure on Weibo early around these Chicky Nuggies. They're all just real hungry.
Yeah, I think Aki just wants to, again, slow down what this Zyra wants to do. He hasn't managed to get anything so far. Weirdly, Crisp has ended up getting most of them. Tarzan might just get level 2 of this all the same. They slowed down his clear, but at the end of the day, it's not going to do that much to the Zyra overall. Aki's going to be delayed just as much, if not more.
Really excited what this Zyra can look like in Tarzan's hands. It's maybe not as instantly active as I would typically want for Tarzan, but I think it's going to have its own strengths. Oh, Rookie getting the better of Xiaohu in the early trades there. Now, we do know in this matchup it changes up as levels go through, but Rookie utilizing the early advantage very well.
And we have seen Yone picked into Corki. Now, in the LPL, it is not necessarily a counter matchup. The Corki can win this matchup, and Rookie, as someone who does play through laning phase and walks away even from an MVP in Game 1, is showing exactly what you can do with this. Xiaohu, he carried a game on the Yone a little earlier in the week. He's done pretty well on this champion in recent history anyway. But Rookie on the Corki is absolutely no slouch, so he'll have to work for it in the laning phase.
Vision being played to by NIP. They use the hawk shot to spot out Tarzan's pathing, as he will be wrapping back around down towards this bot side. We do have a bit of a unique path maybe coming through from Aki, as he's going to skip the Krugs and come straight back down towards his bot side.
I think with the hawk shots showing that Tarzan's doing a reverse clear where you start one camp on one side of the map and then you go over to the other side and work your way back to where you started. Means that Tarzan's going to be on bot side. NRP know that because of the hawk shot, and Aki leaves his Krugs to get down towards bot side to potentially contest the bot side scuttle. Tarzan's going to be level 4. Aki's only going to be at that level 3 because he dropped some CS. They should know that Tarzan's here on this timing now, though.
Should actually have... Yeah, I see a couple pings coming down this way.
They could be walking straight into him.
Well, they do.
In fact, they are.
Not able to get too much damage back. Tarzan needs to get over to his team, but going to have a ton of Ren stacks in him. Does end up burning the flash there. Crisp able to get out with a little bit of pressure on the other side of the fight.
I think that's a win for NIP. You get the flash away from a vulnerable jungler. They're not going to get that bot side scuttle. I think Aki choosing to be on the bot side, and again, with his own path to make sure that he, even though drops a camp or two compared to Tarzan, can get himself into a good position to contest. I think that's worked out well for NIP so far.
Tarzan's hovering here. He really wants to make something work down there. They have vision that it is just these two down here right now. Hawk shot, not actually going to spot him. Wait, no, they see maybe the plant there.
They thought he could potentially just be over that wall, but they don't see him all the same. He's gone back, so they're safe now from the jungle gang, but still Crisp, knowing that Zhuo is low HP and no heal, potentially could look for an all-in there anyway. This way, Aki is now hovering towards bot side.
Is abusing this targeting from the turret so heavily.
Yeah, this is the thing you can do where you just like, you make sure you can drop out of tower range just as you get that thing so it doesn't target onto you, you don't get aggro in time for it to actually fire the shot, and then you end up really bullying. Rookie had already teleported back in, so Xiaohu still has to get his first teleport in. He needs to be a little careful. He gets himself the Spirit Cleave shield, so that'll be fine. Gets himself an extra minion to back with. And he'll teleport back into the lane all the same, but Rookie showcasing again why he is one of the few mid laners in LPL that really plays through dominant laning phases right now.
It ain't Silas no more. It's the full-on carries. I really have appreciated Rookie's growth in his own gameplay style. Back to the form, it felt like where he was dominating in leagues past. Actually see top lane. Yeah, Breathe gonna use his level advantage onto Shanji. Tarzan is on his way. Could be an under tower. Photic is caught out here though. That's a lot of trouble for NIP's bot lane. Double shattering strikes there. Photic goes down. First blood to light.
Oh, and Photic maybe could have turned around a kill if the Q hits onto Crisp. Just wide, and Chris utilizing the fact that Zhuo used the heal earlier to get himself a very important kill participation and a kill over to his AD carry in Lights. NIP, they put so much effort into defending this bot side, but it's in the 2v2 where things finally come up Weibo favored.
Trying to make early advantages, and Weibo do end up finding a little bit of a lead, but NIP actually going to take the dragon here off the back of it. We're going to take a look back at that bot lane 2v2.
Chris gets just back in range to get that flip back over, gets the big damage, gets the aftershock on, and that last Q. It's the lethality Callista. Of course, with the Q max early, you get a lot of damage off of that. Wonder if that could have been a 1-for-1, but not to be.
Aki taking a little bit of time to do this one, but not going to be pressed whatsoever. Still have the smite available, obviously. Zhuo moving over on the Ashe. A little bit of presence from bot side as well. Grubbies, on the other hand, might be a little bit of a different story. As continued clear coming out from Tarzan, but I expect there to be some presence around that side of the map after resets come through.
Yeah, I think the early dragon is still pretty worthwhile from an IP. Of course, they will have. Yeah, I mean, I assume that the grubs are going to go over towards Weibo on the other side of this. You're going to have like a Rumble that can walk past the Cassandra and potentially do some damage to side lanes. Of course, Xiaohu doing a decent amount of damage too. If they can get themselves grubs and get them into a 1-3-1 setup, which you commented on a lot today, actually, about how Weibo always were a pretty good 1-3-1 team. But if they can get themselves those grubs, that'll be a big bonus for them. But Tarzan right now is not actually showing any indication of heading over that, which to me is a little surprising, especially given that Breathe has his ultimate again, has Flash Ignite. They could very easily fight around it.
Just gonna kind of leave that one up for now. Hey, finally going for a little bit of a path up towards that top side. But speaking of
level
Aki,
6, I think that's the change.
Yeah, Aki will be making his presence known down here on bottom side. They're going to try to go for a push under tower here. Rookie no mana taking a trade against Xiaohu, but it's just presence from Xiaohu to make sure Tarzan is going to be fine.
Tarzan, of course, knows that Aki is now bot side. He has level 6 because he took an extra camp before he went up here as well. So he delayed that just to make sure he can go over there. Rookie was going to reset anyway because he was low on mana. He needed to get himself that second back of the game coming through. Shanji, being bullied by the Rumble. This is the thing about the Cassandra. He's going to have to find himself into that first fight of the game at some point and hope he can get some extra gold through kill participation. It's a bit of a sad situation until then, though. Photic, you can't walk up like that.
Missing the strike,
lucky to get away with it.
Yeah. That would have been a really tough fight there. Level 6 is available now for Photic. So the Fate's Call is going to be huge, waiting for Zhuo to get that way there, though. Those 3 grubs did end up getting completed by Weibo. And I actually think the Zyra is going to be very, very happy with that. And that's why I want to talk about the differing styles between these two junglers right now, because I feel like that is going to be a major focus. A lot of go buttons for Aki, a lot of ways to kind of start everything off for the team. Tarzan, a little bit more reactive, it feels like.
And, well, Aki does have those gut buttons. See if he can hit it. No flash on Breathe.
Hey, he's got those tools, and there it is. The combo lands, Breathe all by his lonesome, but Tarzan comes up. Tarzan trying to save him. They get the one back. The Stranglethorns were hitting deep, but Tarzan trying to take down Aki, too, to make it a better trade for Weibo. Aki doesn't get hit by the roots.
All right, 1-for-1 at top side, and you did say one of them has the go buttons, the other one is reactive. Well, one of them pressed the go buttons, the other one reacted. Tarzan getting himself an assist, Aki getting himself the kill. Does mean that the gold in the top lane itself is skewing even more towards Breathe, as he gets kill participation. I think that's something which I know people would have really liked to avoid, but all the same, I guess with no teleport on the side of Breathe, he won't be able to, well, I mean, not that it matters in terms of the reset, he'll be able to collect that wave all the same. I think Weibo actually walk away feeling pretty okay about that because of the lead given up to Breathe.
And also, you're just in a much better position than you were in game number 1. I'll just say that outright right now, but here's the play at topside.
I wonder whether after this Q3 hits, whether you should have looked for the passive onto Breathe from the Sejuani and then follow up the ult afterwards so you can get the double CC coming through. You'd already used the all out to bring him back. I think maybe they overlaid the CC and the damage a little too much. Damage comes back all the same, and Breathe walks away a happy customer with 1 kill out of a difficult situation. Probably could have got burst out there.
A little bit of things going back and forth. I think now renewed focus will be back down towards bot side as we have a dragon in about a minute and 20. Photic and Zhuo have had pretty heavy pressure down here so far with the double hail of Blades bot lane. The back is actually being completed right now from Aki as Tarzan is coming back out onto the map towards this bot side.
Breathe another heavy trade. Gets the shield on, so Shanji doesn't even get to trade back. This is one of the reasons we see Rumble banned an awful lot. There isn't really a good answer into Rumble in the top side, besides lane swapping. That tends to be the big one. You just get away from that lane. On the whole, Rumble has been the king of the top lane, and we do have some very talented players of it within the LPL. Breathe, one of the better ones. Aki has ult again. There's no flash on Breathe. See if they can repeat their gank top side.
These vision plays are always so scary, and I think Bree's going to be feeling a little bit frightened now. Shanji trying to just get him loosened up here, but that equalizer, it's not going to be the namesake of him. The Q3 knocks him back, and Shanji gets the kill.
This is the gank they were looking for. Don't even have to use the ultimate from Aki, so he's got that one available. There's no teleport on Breed, so he can't catch that wave, and that's just going to be a straight-up win for the side of NIP, who also get the kill over to Shanji this time. Aki still has his ult remainder, so he can still impact the map.
Wondering if Aki's going to pull the trigger through, just decides not to. True shot, bro. Oh my god, Photic, you're just getting harassed here. As he steps up, this is prime position for Light to get the extra damage down. Zhuo's trying to join him badly and ends up doing it as he needed.
See that Rookie was hanging about in base plate, waiting to teleport down bot side as well. That was good for him to try and get himself active on the map. One of the big things about NIP is Rookie's so quick to respond on the map.
He has been very fluid this split, and a lot of the picks enabling that, I feel like. As there was a hover over here by Aki, took the Scuttle Crab. Dragon is up, so priority on bot side is extremely important right now for both teams. Weibo going to make sure that importance is felt as they're pushing up the lane with Light.
The Tarzan is using the Comet build on the Zyra to get some good poke down themselves. Of course, the Leandri's on top of it.
They're going
Rookie's
for the
out of
flank.
lane now. He has himself a pretty decent point of power with full HP.
Weibo,
Aki still has ult. They go
Weibo,
for the flank.
no!
4v3.
Weibo, they're behind you! You don't see anything coming! Oh no! Aki absolutely decimates Crisp, and the Glacial Prison strikes true. Zhuo getting low there, but my god.
I'm surprised that didn't go much worse. Photic, of course, could have even pulled Zhuo out of the play if they wanted to really hard commit, but Zhuo doesn't hit the arrow. Aki does with his. The Freljord ultimates, at least one of them hits that. Light, though, on the other side. Really good damage from him. Could have just one-shot there. Very close, still might.
Oh, gets the fade away, but the flash is enough to get Photic out of there. I felt like I was a person in a horror movie screaming at the person that's about to die. Like, hey, they're right behind you.
Hey, maybe if you scream loud enough, you'll save them. Maybe that's the play.
Maybe it is.
Well, it does just about that, so you work. Good job. But Light on his Ezreal, he is going to be very, very powerful soon. Once he gets that Triforce Spark, he gets up towards that second item too. Light has been an incredible Ezreal player within the LPL in summer so far. Probably the best we've seen, at least within our league. I think that him on this pick could just be what Weibo need to get themselves into a point of power on that bot side of the map. Doing a good job to outlast what Photic can draw. Naki we're all putting together. Now with the grubs on the table, see if Chris with a flash can make anything happen here. They get themselves one grub. It's a nice Weibo getting all 6, but they won't really be able to stop anything more than that.
Yeah, Weibo smartly moving up here after taking that dragon to even that up as well. They're actually going to be a little hesitant at taking this. So Tarzan's just going to go continue to clear his jungle here. While NIP maybe feeling a little sussed out that the grubs have not started falling just yet. We are going to get NIP moving for plates on bot side, though, with no real response for a while.
Once again, we're seeing that, so this was a thing that happened a lot with a lot of mid laners last year, was that you'd get people immediately moving into side lanes as soon as they had a mid lane champion that could damage them, whether that was Nash's Tooth Azir, whether that was the Tristana. I think the Corki being another AD carry with the Triforce can really help with that. There's an arrow for Christmas here.
NIP wanted to go for it, but as soon as they stepped forward, they saw Crisp on his mighty metallic horse running up, and I think Xiaohu is looking to go right back in. A collapse now, though, from Weibo. We're looking for Zhuo. Not going to find the angle there, though.
Owie, that's some big damage. Rookie just missed that big one, though. That would have been the real end of that play. Rookie's still very powerful, has Flash, has his Valkyrie back up, and with the Triforce Spike, more than ready to fight. Xiaohu's still waiting for his Blade of the Ruin King on the opposite side of the matchup. Once you get Blade on your name, that's when unspeakable violence happens. So
we saw it earlier.
We did, yeah. Yone is a fair champion. Again, shout out to Captain Flowers. Did the honest, totally honest Yone champion spotlight, which is just, again, saying it like it is and how load of horse crap this champion can be at points.
I love that you hesitated for like 1
I was
millisecond.
like, what language am I going to use here? We'll just about hold it to broadcast appropriate. But yeah, that Yone, have to see what the Xiaohu can be, as you call it, the plus 25 minutes instant win button. If he can get himself that big ult onto more people.
We are getting first items completed aplenty here. Aki's going to try to force his way out of this one.
Oh, he's just
yeah,
cute.
he can't get out of that one. He's going to have to flash. He is pretty tanky, ends up burning it after the Magnet Storm gets pulled.
Yeah, I think maybe just gets a little too close to Chris. Could have maybe queued over it. Was maybe a little afraid of Chris cancelling out that Q with a well-timed ultimate, but blows the splash all the same. At least gets an ult for it.
And as I was saying beforehand, you have both Leandries complete for the top side of the map of Weibo. You also have the Blade of the Rune King, Trinity Force complete for Xiaohu and Light. I think Weibo are going to feel a little bit more
violence. There we go.
a little bit more confident out on the map now as well. So that's going to help a lot in that direction. But we have a Rift Herald on the other side of the map. I'd be curious if we get Weibo's attention that way.
Particularly when you have the Lethality Callister and the Azrael, your wave clear is really good in mid lane. The Herald can make sure you can break open that. Xiaohu, not in the best spot, has to ult out. He should be safe. There's an arrow from
Enchanted Crystal here. Oh, that's a little bit mistimed. Double CC combo, but it might still be enough. That's going to be the combo getting flashed out of, though, and Xiaohu makes it out alive.
Well, I mean, I think the call there was ult him, fire the things, fire
Anybody
everything.
fire the cannons!
So it's a full broadside. Thing is, in League of Legends, you want to make sure it's slightly dispersed, so you can actually get that CC down a little longer. Xiaohu walks away, no ult, no flash, and he won't have himself that side lane advantage to access that unspeakable violence that we have been referring to so far. So at least NIP keeping him back a little bit towards that bot side and allow Rookie to walk into his lane while Xiaohu doesn't have full HP to contend with.
You know those pirate ships with all those cannons? It always looked so cool, but that accuracy rate, it was not great. I'll just tell you that right now. So you know,
they haven't looked like you get to like research rifling of the barrels in Civ. You get the extra combat power. I don't know. I don't even.
I love it. I love the Civ tie.
I haven't played Civilization. I haven't played that in many years. It's been a while. I assume there's some accuracy upgrades you can get for the carronades.
I believe in you. Yeah, just keep going. Keep going. No, don't keep going. We have Rift Herald though available for Tarzan after they were able to secure that one. They are getting a reset back out onto the map. The important part is another dragon will spawn in 40 seconds. You can absolutely use this to pull pressure from NIP.
That's very interesting. I was just thinking about, do you know it's very interesting how in naval warfare we learned a lot about fluid dynamics and bouncing because cannonballs will bounce off the sea's surface. We learned a lot about that. That's the only thing I think of here. That's all I got to contribute to this conversation.
Perfect. Great. I love it. Great contribution.
Hey, what's next? We've taught you new words today. We've taught you things about cannonball physics. Yeah, what do you got next for us, you know?
Anything about animals, I got you. It's fine. Speaking of animals, though, that dragon we were talking about and alluding to is up. Weibo just going to try to get this play from the Rift Herald in mid lane. And maybe call me Nostradamus. I don't know. Dragon is up now, so it's pretty obvious play coming through here. But the engaged reaction from Zhuo is not going to be enough to really get things there. But they do get the Rift Herald in the end.
Good damage from Light. You can see Light using the Triforce Power Spike himself to get as much damage down as possible. We said the Herald very important to break through the wave clear 80 carries in mid lane. It's a good chunk. Now it means that if NIP ever leave this tower unattended, should be tower falling down with it as well. Like just close on that.
Rookie is on a flank. Oh my! He's been flying in the enemy territory. He's been going through the trees. He's been able to find every direction he needs. And here he goes. You start hearing the engines of a plane, and you're like, "Where's he coming from?" They came from behind, and Rookie is gonna end up cleaning that one up.
I love the way that Rookie plays around Fog of War. It's something we've talked about a lot on broadcast between all of us because he just finds ways out of the murky darkness to make something happen. Weibo don't, sadly for them, manage to get themselves onto the mid lane turret. There's a kill down, but Crystal's going to come back out. Dragon's going to die. It might just be smoked by Tarzan, but he has no flash, remember?
Rookie. He's blowing Tarzan up. The Dragon goes over to Aki too, and NIP have split the difference between Weibo and Xiaohu. He's trying to make good on anything here. He does end up getting Zhuo in the end. Photic gets out with the blast code. Xiaohu doesn't want to let that stand as he might just get kited down. He ends up getting the cleave and getting the kill back. A double kill for Xiaohu, but Light is trying to burn the rest of NIP down, but he can't help as Crisp is taken out. Now Rookie and Shanji.
Is Xiaohu got another E? If he has another E, maybe Xiaohu could do something to Rookie. He's managed to get away with one. How much more can he get?
He's got the rockets ready to go. They might have their sights set on Xiaohu. He's healing up a decent amount now, though. Shanji going to get a speed up here after popping that ghost, and he wants to make sure that Xiaohu pays. Are they going to give it to Rookie? They end up giving all that gold straight to him.
Man.
A mid lane tower ended up falling, though, for Weibo as consolation prize.
We've had a weird couple of fights today, folks. Somehow Xiaohu gets away with one of the kills. I thought he was going to get kited out from that one, but NIP get the dragon. I think they got away with more kills. It got a little bit lost in the sauce, folks. So Rookie, once again, using the Fog of War to get himself a really good play, takes down the Zyra. We've seen how powerful Zyra can be if she's allowed to stand and fight. Absolutely wasn't by the Corki. This is where things get really weird, though. The Spirit Cleave misses onto Photic. He cleanses away the Ignite. He gets a Blast Code away from the Shattering Strike. He survives at a miniature amount of HP. But then Xiaohu just closes him down. So that was a wild end to the fight.
We've had some grade A fights today, and I am all here for it. The more I get to yell at the screen, the happier I am. And now Weibo actually might be caught.
People. Let's keep
We
going.
are pretty simple people, and NIP are pretty simple. They see enemy, they engage enemy, and Crisp is going down. True Shot Barrage goes wide, and that's a body gone from Weibo.
I really appreciate how proactive NIP are pulling the trigger and catching someone out. The Rel is not a Leona, it's not an Alistair, it's not the hyper tank. They are tanky, but they're not full tanks in the same way that other people can be.
Oh.
Tarzan has no flash, he might be dead here.
Tarzan's in a lot of trouble here. He has nothing to get out, and he will go down to Photic as well.
Shanji's got himself a lot of gold now. Remember when we were talking about how Rumble can get ahead of the Cassante? Not the case anymore. The topside pressure paying dividends. And then with Crisp dying, with Tarzan dying in topside jungle, they were dying to try and stop this from happening. The Baron's being rushed now.
I like this move from Weibo, though. They have poke, they have range. The Baron right now does a lot of damage. They just have to get some damage down. But NIP, they pulled the trap. They said, we didn't even want the Baron. We were going for the fight. True Shot Barrage does damage, though. Weibo, they get picked apart at the seams. 2 down. But Light and Xiaohu, they're trying to make it happen here. A couple Mystic shots might actually make the difference, but he can't hit that one over onto Shanji. They have the range, though. They're not going to follow. Oh, Light! He wants one more Mystic shot onto Aki. Can't get it.
Ooh.
Arctic Assault out. Gets Aki to safety.
Yeah, that one scraped the backside of Bristle, who just about gets out to safety. Now the thing is, Tarzan's alive. He's on a Zyra. They could rush the Baron as a counter Baron. Shanji has teleport. He might be able to come in and disrupt some things, but he doesn't have the all out, so maybe they can't even stop this. I think they've just lost Baron.
This is the LPL, baby. TP coming in, Enchanted Crystal Arrow going wide. They just tried to turn the fight onto Shanji, but he dodged out of the Stranglethorn there as well. Oh, Glacial Prison going in to try to get them off of him. Baron started up by both teams, and neither come away with it.
All right, and I think it was just about even in kills. Folks, it is really hard to track the amount of kills we've had in all these fights. I'm just sat here waiting for one more to come down. I guess we can count together on this one. Our own little version of Sesame Street. What have we got first? We get Shanji going in, and he ends up having to pull Crisp backwards because he loses so much HP. It's 1 kill, that's 2 kills immediately. We have that. Then there's one on the other side, so that's 2 for 1. Photo goes down, 2 for 2, and then of course Xiaohu ends up just about escaping. I think everyone makes it out from that. 2 for 2, but then you count in Tarzan and Crisp before that. The extended play is 2 for 4, but in the fight itself, it's actually fairly even.
All right, let's take a look at the items because we are not stopping anytime soon. Another dragon is coming up. That's a sole point for NIP. We have the Frozen Gauntlet there from Xiaohu as second item, but more so importantly, we have the lethality items really starting to come in for Photic as well in NIP.
The reason we're seeing, the Iceborne Gauntlet coming in for the Owners is because, you're against a full AD team. There's basically no magic damage on the side of NIP. But on the other side for Photic, you see there's an Iceborne Gauntlet, but there's no hyper tank on that side. We're talking about this in regards to Crisp on the Rel. You're not going to be super tanky like the Leona, so you can do a lot of damage to a lot of squishy champions. So calling out the lethality items being built up from Photic is very valuable. He has himself the Edge of Night, which is immediately blown, but the Dragon's right up, and he can potentially use that ultimate to carry Zhuo to safety as well. See what he can do with those pierces in this next fight.
TP in. Weibo are trying to fight this one here. Xiaohu over on the other side, going to get a lot of damage his way, and Chris goes a little bit wide. Light caught out, though, by Shanji. Tarzan trying to get around the corner. Tarzan trying to get in there. Tarzan, he's not going to get it. Aki secures it now, and Weibo, they missed the engage there. Aki in some trouble now. He will Arctic Assault his way out. NIP, they get out with a kill. They get out with the dragon. Rookie might not get out, but he does indeed after the blast cone. And NIP, they take what they need, and maybe looking to put their hand back in the cookie jar here.
Yeah, Aki's Warmogs is going to give them a good amount of frontline to work around. Xiaohu trying to clear the wave. Still doesn't have his ultimate, though, which means he can't fight nearly as effectively.
TP from Rookie. Rookie has come in as well. Breathe. He's got the flame spitter dialed in on him, but the auto attack came through. Rookie dodging out as well to Xiaohu. Light's able to get one back. Light trying to fight it out, but Photic shuts him down. Now Shanji wants his own fight. He goes all out, and Xiaohu goes all down. Crisp now knocked back by the triple knock, and now it's Crisp getting low. These are two tanks, and they're still able to shred you. NIP are running away with this one.
Forgive me, Master. Just this once, I must go all out. Shanji takes some heads off there. Thank my brother for that, drilling that line into my head. He says it every time he casts his ultimate, because Shanji comes to play, and NIP bring themselves to a really big point of power. Once again, I love the way that Rookie has been playing these fights. He's been playing with the full breadth of his HP bar, and when we were talking about how LPL Corki has become less of a meme and more of a point of power, this is what we're talking about. Really loves to battle alongside it. Sadly, Xiaohu can't finish off that kill himself. And on the back end, Photic wins his own honorable duel.
I'm not saying that taking the IG skins into Rookie in Game 1 made him really upset, but I'm just going to say he's 607 in Game 2 on the Corki. He has been dominant this series. He got MVP for Game number 1, and it feels right. He's back on NIP this year. It has been an incredible combo between him and Photic, but also the way that they've been able to adapt Aki style to this team coming over from OMG.
And I think NIP, most of group stage has been a story of them trying to figure out how to play this new version of the meta. I think in spring it was very much about Rookie on the Talia, the Asol, the Arian, roaming and being a second jungler. It's not necessarily that now. Aki still got to be the engage, and Zhuo's helping him with it.
Not able to follow that one up. A lot of... oh, Zhuo takes a ton of damage there. Shanji ends up catching out Crisp. They go straight onto Xiaohu. He's all by himself. The Fate Seal.
The flash.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not enough. And now they actually get Xiaohu down. They get the damage back onto Chris too. He's going down. A double kill comes through for Photic. The light is shining well, and it's not on the side of Weibo. Rookie with the rockets. And Photic on the side. 2 bodies left for Weibo, but it's not nearly enough here. Maybe a little catch out. Light wants something back here, but they've got 4 members strong for NIP.
Oh, you gotta feel for Light. He is trying his absolute damnedest to get damage down, but the front line is getting engaged onto far too easily. NIP take another couple of kills. They remove the team fight threat, and they're gonna go towards the Baron. Photic not gonna take as much damage from that as maybe I thought. Tarzan's left alive, but all Weibo can really do is watch this go down.
I'm going to try to get a little bit of poke in as the backs come through potentially, but that Baron is down and out. NIP with the strength to move forward, have about 7,000 gold over Weibo, and they'll get a full reset coming through here. We'll have to check the item completions as well.
And it does feel like with that huge amount of gold, those items are going to hit ever and ever harder. Dragon up in a minute would be Chemtech Soul coming through from NIP. Given how much of the breadth of the HP bars we've been playing around, I think I'll take a little bit of damage resist and extra damage when you're below 50% HP. Heck, even stuff like the heal and shield power and tenacity coming through from 3 individual Chemtech Dragons can be really, really powerful. Extra 18%, I think, when you get 3 of them. Be very, very powerful for NIP if they were to catch all of them. So watch out for that, Weibo. They do not want to give that over, but they might not have a choice. Breathe, he might have pushed too far trying to stop this from happening.
Alcove gameplay maybe just baited him. Double shattering strike there. And Chris going wide. Breathe still down though. Equalizer comes out as a last-ditch effort. True Shot Bros also going wide, but this is the bread and butter of NIP. They could just move forward, hit those ultis, and lock you down. And now you're already without 2 of your frontliners, and you're barreling down the base here.
I mean, it's probably not going to be the end of the game, but NIP, they just keep rolling forwards. They have themselves the Baron buff. Actually, there's a question of how much wave clear do they have? Tarzan might have to pull the ult to stop it from happening, and he's just getting engaged on
His call is huge. Photic locks him out, and Tarzan, that's a big spacing down. You will not have the Stranglethorn. You will not have that defense. The inhib will fall here in bot side. Light needs to be careful. Light, a rocket to the back would seal the deal, but he does dodge out, and Chris tanks it. Big true shot barrage, not going to be enough.
Close, he had the Essence Flux on him just before that. Would have killed if he'd connected on that one a little earlier. The rookie goes back, uses the empowered recalls, inhibitor down, even more gold to be spent, teleporting back onto the map, and a very, very fed and angry Yordle in a helicopter might just end the series for Weibo.
If anybody got my Warcraft line, I hope you're old enough to remember that one. Xiaohu, though, he might be old enough to remember it, and he's going to get Photic's ire straight to him. Zhuo sets him up, and NIP knock him down. This has been the name of the series, and Rookie stepping up yet again. He does go too far, and it's Light that's still trying to fight his way out of it, but he can't get into a double kill. Goes to his arch nemesis in Photic.
The development, the evolution from the start of summer to the second round robin has been so much for NIP. Tarzan flashing away, should survive this one, but at what cost? Another tower goes down. NIP, they have found their feet again. They found their ability to go forwards, and Weibo, they have found that out in the worst possible way, at maybe the worst possible time. This loss would have been so much for them.
Oh, they just catch out Tarzan completely. He's all out, but he's under turret. And NIP, they might be ninjas in pajamas. They've taken those pajamas off, and there's a business suit underneath because they're handling it right now. Xiaohu trying to defend the Nexus turret needs to be the focus. Shanji's got the autos, and NIP move to 4-3 and will dominate Weibo in this summer split.
The world finalists from the LPL of last year, Weibo Gaming, find themselves at 2-4 as it stands. They have themselves 2 series left to try and climb their way back up into contention for the upper group in the Rumble stage, where the winners of the groups play off against each other. It's looking pretty unlikely right now. They'll have to claw their way back. NIP, we thought that they might have dropped a lot of form coming into these groups. They looked really, really poor with the AP junglers, but when they have gone back to engage for Aki, for bruises for Aki, and the rest of the team following up on it, they do seem to have found a lot more of that mojo again. I'm sure a lot of the NIP fans out there, and fans of Rookie, that man on your screen, the master of Fog of War, very happy to see his return to form.
He might earn a double MVP tonight. I don't know. I mean, look at that. He's yawning.